What's going on, everyone? We're continuing our coverage of Crystalis, and again, this game was pretty awesome. It was one of those games that really, it should have got a sequel. I kind of feel like it really didn't have a chance because it was towards the end of the original Nintendo Entertainment System cycle, and in all honesty, it really was a lot of fun. Again, in case you didn't see the last episode or the last playthrough, we found Tornell. We need to go and find the Bracelet of Wind in order to come back and talk to him again, and then he will give us a couple of secrets that we need. So, first things first, we found them. We're going to venture through this cave, this ice cave, where all of the animals, the beasts here, they are allergic to wind, basically. And one of the things that I really enjoyed about this game, it was kind of like The Legend of Zelda, except that at the same time, it did have a lot of RPG elements. It was not like the traditional RPG like Final Fantasy or Dragon Warrior, where you were able to, just go around and do certain things. Do the combat, which was kind of like turn-based. This one was more of an action RPG. It played like The Legend of Zelda, but you did get experience from battling these people. And then once you found certain areas, you were able to go and collect certain armors, certain weapons that would make you even stronger. And it was just pretty wild. I really do feel like this genre of gaming is kind of frowned upon, this genre of RPG. Once we got back to, I want to say like the Final Fantasy XIV, the World of Warcraft, those games were basically out of nowhere, not turn-based, obviously. They were action RPGs. You could die on the battlefield, you could do all kinds of stuff, and it was kind of amazing. It was like a different type of game. And I think that way later is when we really respected this kind of game. And here I am already poisoned, and I have no antidote herbs, which is gonna suck. So what I'm gonna have to do is leave this cave, leave this area entirely. And as you can see, being that I'm poisoned, I am taking some heavy damage. When you're poisoned, you are poisoned indefinitely. So you have to get the heck out of here. You have to get to a place where you can purchase antidote herbs or whatever. It's pretty wild. Look at this, I'm poisoned again. I'm double poisoned. This is not a good scenario. I need to get the hell out of these caves. And again, if you missed what was going on in the last one, this takes place, first of all, the game came out in 1990. They believed in 1997 it was the end of the world. There was a great evil that kind of took us all out. And this game takes place 100 years after the world's end. And then a great evil again was going to come back, and the character that we're playing as was actually released onto the world as a savior, as someone who was going to save the entire world. Not just you, there was another person, a female named Messiah, who we'll meet later on. And I mean, this game gets deep, honestly. So one of the things that I've already said that I dislike about this game is the fact that when you're out in the world, when you're battling and whatnot, you actually have to like really switch up constantly between the swords that you have. Each sword holds a different power, and each power affects different characters differently. So, as you can see, these zombies that are here, they are frozen. They are affected by this flame sword. That's not a problem. We'll get through this. We'll get through the flame sword stuff. We'll, you know, easy. But when you're in the middle of like a cavern, a dungeon or something, different creatures may appear, and they are not all susceptible to the same elemental power. So where some of them will die to like the fire, others will die to wind, others still will die to like other things. As you go further in the game, you'll have to like constantly do that. It's absolutely crazy. So what just happened, as you can see, it was a transition. I went and I got healed, and then I came back to the ice caves over here where we gotta go. But to my point that I was making before, the only thing that I really didn't like about this game was that there wasn't a lot of consistency. It was all over the map. You did have to switch out, not your gear, not your armor and your shields and stuff like that. That was always consistent. That was always, you know, whatever you made of it, you know, however you decided to like heal yourself and stuff like that. But once you got into the depths of the caves, you could either burn people, you could hit them with wind, later on you hit them with the other two swords. It really wasn't consistent, and it was bothersome. And then there were zones where you would have to go and you would have to automatically switch up their thing. Like right now, I'm in this ice cave. I'm attacking all of these different things that only take wind. Now I have to switch to the fire sword and the fire orb to burn down that thing. Then I have to switch to the wind sword and the wind orb in order to like really do damage to this creature and other creatures like it. So that was the only real complaint I had. Basically, it's like a time issue. It's not really an issue where like, you know, it's uncomfortable or whatever, but it is an issue where you have to like really, number one, realize that whatever creatures you're battling, they may not be susceptible to the weapon that you have on. And number two, you're gonna have to keep switching it up. It's gonna be a constant thing. And, you know, even in earlier caves where, you know, like it's a stone cave and you're battling them with stone items or you know, with wind, you may have to switch over. You may have to switch over. It's really insane. Don't get me wrong, the game was absolutely incredible. I really did enjoy the game, really. But this is my only gripe, is the constant changing of the gear and stuff like that. Now I've got the tornado bracelet, which will now give us a level 3 attack with the wind sword. And now, if you select the wind sword and you don't select the tornado bracelet, you will automatically do level 2 as far as what goes on. Level 3, as you can see, I'm shooting a bunch of like little tornadoes and everything, but it takes MP, it takes magic. So you definitely don't want to do that. Otherwise it's wasted. It's like really crazy how they made this work. So you want only to put on the tornado bracelet or any bracelet for any of the other swords when you are dealing with bosses, so that you do the maximum damage to them. Other than that, once you get the tornado bracelet or the fire bracelet or whatever bracelet for whatever sword, only select the sword and it will only go to level 2, and that is what you need. That way you're not expending any mana at all. So remember that. It's really good to know that. So we're going to slash through all of these ice zombies. Now we have a new magic. We're going to go through another cave. Let's get through this. I like to actually make sure that like we're getting the max XP that we can. As you can see, we're very close to that 1600, which will bring us level 8. Honestly, the weirdest thing about this is that the XP rates were so far and few in between. And I think that this was one of the games where you really had to like, you know, like do certain things. Like, it was kind of wild. I don't feel like you could ever hit level 99 in these games. In fact, I want to say, it's too early to tell, but I want to say that Crystalis, the max level was like 14 or 15. And that really was not unusual for these kind of games. Sword of Vermilion for the Sega Genesis, I do believe that 15 was the max level, and that was like the strongest you could become. They started doing level 99, I want to say like really late in these game sagas. Like even Dragon Warrior, your max, the original Dragon Warrior, I believe your max was level 15. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you were still super powerful. But in later games, like a lot of the late Final Fantasy series, your max level was even increased. It did eventually get to like level 99. And then in later games, they went and they did this crazy thing where it was just a skill tree and you had to, you know, increase the skill tree. So, I mean, it did certain things. I mean, RPGs were wild back in these days. They really were. I really did enjoy them, though. One of the things that I enjoyed dungeon crawling. That was number one. I loved to dungeon crawl. The other thing that I really enjoyed was, you know, like the puzzles. The puzzles really got me. That's why I like later games, like on the original PlayStation, like when we started getting the Silent Hills, the Resident Evils, those games really got me going because I was just like, wow, like the puzzles really made it happen. I mean, you obviously couldn't get stronger than Resident Evil. There was no XP system. Same thing with Silent Hill. But the puzzle system really, it was reminiscent of RPGs. And I really did appreciate that. So here we go. Now we're talking to Tornell. We got the bracelet, the tornado bracelet. So now he teaches us teleport. So now we're able to just teleport to any town that we've ever been to. And that is a boon. That makes it possible for us to go like to Leaf. And going to the inn in Leaf is only 16 of whatever monetary system they have. Or you could just go back and get whatever other items you need. It's really an incredible system, honestly. $20 really isn't that bad to like go to either, so I'm not upset about that. But this really, I'm telling you, the one thing I really did love about RPGs was the fact that they did have puzzles. You did have to solve certain things. You did feel like these people were seriously in some sort of crisis. And you took it upon yourself to like actually save them. So you know, I do appreciate RPGs. Back in the day, RPGs were my favorite kind of game. Then I got into the fighting games like Street Fighter and stuff like that. That was always amazing. So here we go. We're going to go through here. I want to go to Leaf and before I actually get too deep in what's going on here. This is actually going to be part of the problem here. In the last episode, I showed that these people were all gone. I went through the cave and Zebu said that there's much sadness in Leaf. All these people were taken. And as you go through, they are taken. And if you have the telepathy spell, you're able to see the thoughts of that rabbit. And that rabbit actually lets you know, hey, there was a great evil that came. A bunch of people came and took these people. And this is where you find out who the real evil of the game is. It's a group called... They're from a city called Draygonia. And Draygonia, they're harvesting a special metal in order to rule the world. So this is part of your thing. 100 years after 1997. So what would that be? That will be 2097. So we still got some time. It's only 2022 at the time of filming this. But apparently there is an evil that will happen 100 years from now. Well, I mean, 1997 wasn't the end all, so we're good. But this was the thought process. We have to go and we have to save the world. And, you know, like, it's 100 years in the future, past 1997, so 2022, in about 80-something more years. And, you know, this is what's going on here. Really funny, like, you know, this is being filmed in 2022. Anybody who's watching this, you know, like later, even if you're watching this now, let me tell you something. I have been through 1 billion supposed end-world events. We had the problem of Y2K. The year 1999, they were worried that computers were going to shut down everything, that airplanes were going to fall out of the sky in the year, once the year hit 2000. So that's one thing. Then I went through the Mayan calendar, 2012. We thought that that was going to be the end of the world because the Mayans, yeah, I'm pretty sure they just ran out of space on the calendar. It is what it is, you know? I'm not going to judge them. Wild times. Anyway, we're looking at Nader's Retreat, Nader's Inn. That's what this is. And you're meeting a bunch of people who are telling you all about, like, this icy path, which was to the north, which I showed you. And by the way, if you're playing this game, you definitely should go in the directions that I'm showing you because they are relevant, they are meaningful. It actually should happen the way it happens that I show you in this video, so that way it's the easiest way for you to get through here. And, you know, don't be afraid to take your time and level up a bit, because you really should. I mean, I'm level 8 right now. Oh, this is the guy that we met who said he was going to strike it rich. And now he's explained to you all about the people of Leaf, the original town where you were from. And yeah, I mean, he's gone. Absolutely messed up. You know, back in the day, we didn't see a lot of death in video games. Like, not like this. It was usually, you know, like off kind of camera, off screen, and stuff like that in the, especially in the early 80s. Early 80s, there wasn't even games like this. It was all about turning over the score. Anyway, we're getting over here. We see these guards. They're talking to each other, talking a lot of smack. They're talking about the people of Leaf. And it's up to us to save them. This is where we first find out about the Draygon Empire. Now, clearly, my fire sword is going to do nothing to them. These guys are allergic to wind. But we're just going to run around them. We're going to go through here. And we're going to kind of fight through these caverns. And we're going to find the people of Leaf and help them out. If we can. Of course we can. Come on. Yeah, see, these guys are not allergic to fire. So again, we're going to have to switch over to wind. And I hadn't played this in a long time, so like I didn't understand that you did not need to equip the bracelet in order to get the level 2. Oh, and this guy poisoned me. What you needed to do was you needed to be able to just equip the sword. Equipping the sword alone will bring you to level 2 as long as you have the bracelet. Once you have the bracelet, you got level 2. You don't need to go to like the orb or whatever. See, again, this is so aggravating. Going back and forth between like the swords, ball of whatever, you know. Now I'm going back. At least, I mean, listen, don't make the same mistake I did. It was a long time since I played this game. In later episodes, you'll see where I figured this out. See, look, I just figured it out. All you needed to do was go. Ah, and I'm poisoned again. All you needed to do was to put on the sword. You didn't have to put on, you know, the wind bracelet, and you're able to go level 2. But that's only after you find the wind bracelet. If you don't have the wind bracelet, you definitely have to put on the orb. And it just, I wish it would have done that automatically. It's such a pain. Such a pain. Another antidote, which I needed because apparently I'm dumb. And I'm getting messed up in these caves, touching all these creatures. Which is freaking stupid on my part. So I just gotta be careful. So here we go. Take these guys out. There we go. Keep going. Come on. Come on. You're done. Yep. And now our mission is to find the villagers from the village of Leaf. Because they're being held captive. So, of course, we're going to save them. And at the same time, we're going to try to level up and also get a bunch of money. These things are not allergic to wind. You need to actually hit them with fire. So stupid. Here we go. Fire. We'll put on the orb. And of course we want to put on the orb because that's the only way that, you know, like, will really do damage to these guys. So, I mean, it's a necessary evil, which is completely crazy. So now we'll go to wind. And I try to experiment. Yeah, we only get level 1 if you have the ball of fire on. So, gotta take the ball of fire off and you'll be able to hit level 2 with the wind sword. So many other swords to find. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go through this cave. And I believe this is the cave where we get close to everybody from Leaf. And they I mean, they're suffering. We got to get through this. It's just absolutely amazing. It really is. This game, not gonna lie, incredible game. Look at this. Now we're fighting golems, ice golems. They'll throw their heads and grow heads. Throw it at you. We gotta fight those. Then we gotta fight wind creatures that are in here. I mean, that's possibly the only complaint I have is the inconsistency with what's going on in these caverns. Because if I find a creature that dominates in here and it's of a specific element, I'm going to attack it with the element that I have. But there's also the possibility that I'm going to run into other creatures that are not weak and I mean, they don't even take a hit to that element. And that is ridiculous. So you have to switch up. And I mean, it just makes this gameplay like way too long. It makes the game really tedious at certain times. Again, I'm not crapping on this game. I absolutely love the game. I just did not like the concept of constantly having to change my sword in order to battle the creatures. It just got to be too much. So we definitely have to find those townsfolk and make sure they're safe. And at the same time, oh my god, hold on, I just got scared. I was looking at my XP and I saw 674. I didn't see the 3 out of 500. 35,000. I thought I saw 5,000. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I actually do appreciate that, like, in this game, like, on the screen, they show you exactly how much XP you need in order to hit the next level. Like, to me, that was big. That was actually, like, an awesome idea. And these guys, you know, like, I feel like they're easy pickings. Not really, because they throw their heads, and, I mean, that becomes a problem. Definitely need the money. The money is always good. You always have to collect the money. By the way, if I didn't mention that in the first part of this playthrough, you do have to go and collect that money. Otherwise, they're just you're not going to collect it. It's not like normal RPGs. In a normal RPG, like Final Fantasy or Dragon Warrior, you would go, you would defeat the character, you would get XP, money, whatever monetary value they went by. Final Fantasy was gil, Dragon Warrior was gold, etc., etc. And then you would also get, you know, like extras. They may have dropped a medical herb. They may have dropped a piece of armor. They may have dropped a really crappy sword or something. But it automatically populated into your inventory. In this game, it does not. And again, here I am attacking these Draygonian soldiers, and they're only susceptible to wind. So another example of how you had to take them out and then switch your sword so that you could take out those ice walls. So we're really close over here, I feel like, and I'm pretty sure we are. Let's take this guy out. The other thing is them getting really close. Like, that always scared the hell out of me. Like, they would get too close to you. Here we go. Take them out. You're not getting close. Not even close enough to attack. So that's good. Take some time for this to charge. annoying. But, you know, like, I get it. Yeah, obviously, the game has to be a challenge. Honestly, I don't like if the game is not a challenge. The game really has to, like, mess you up. If it doesn't mess you up, it's not a challenge. I'm not with it. It can't be too easy for me. And that's one of the problems. Like, some people, you know what? Back in these days, the original Nintendo Entertainment System, you couldn't change the settings on this stuff like you can with, like, the current games. This game, you literally had to just take it for what it was. So here we go. Let's break this ice down. And here are the people. We got them. The elders held prisoner at the top of this thing. The prison walls connected to the top. There are village people in the next cell as well. Thank you for saving me. Let's break this. And this, I kind of feel like this leads to the boss fight. So before we go here, let's just go. And I didn't talk to this guy, the guy in the green. People of Draygonia are making a special metal from the minerals here. See, that's what I'm talking about. So apparently 80 more years in the future, they figured this out. So what we got here? So you saved us, big deal. Wow, you guys are really thankful that I saved you. Garbage people. Let's see what's here. Key to the prison. Okay, we need that. Very glad I went back. Okay, there's a nothing burger down there. So we gotta go back to the original cell. And I guarantee you, this is gonna lead us to the big boss. We're gonna have to go this way. There we go. We're gonna deal with these guys. You have to. One of the things that I hate, I keep forgetting, like, which button does what. Select actually brings you to the you know, like, where you could change your gear, your swords and everything. And start actually brings you to kind of like a main menu where you could see what level you are and what your health is, if you're poisoned, if you're paralyzed, etc. So let's go. We're gonna go through here, and the boss is up here. So I did level up a bit because he was a bit strong. Now I'm level 9. General Kabesk, part of the Fabulous Four or whatever. Why is there always 4? Why is it like 4 Pokemon trainers, 4 lords, 4 elements, 4 kings? That's like a common thing. So he's obviously allergic to wind. What we have to do is avoid those things that he's throwing at us. That's really what's going to kill us. That and him, like, you know, getting in our faces. Those are what's really going to damage us. So you have to equip the tornado bracelet, and that will actually take him out. Make sure you hit level 3. Make sure you hit him with that thing. Look at that. Don't think you've seen even a fraction of my power. Next time you see me, it will be your last. And he left a treasure chest. What a punk. The flame bracelet. So now my fire sword can go to level 3. Again, you can't just touch the thing even though you have the prison key. You have to select it and you have to hit the button in order to, like, make it happen. Here's the elder. Proceed into the back of the cave. It'll lead to Portoa. Portoa is obviously the next city that we need to go to. So we're going to blast this with the fire. heal ourselves, and we're going to continue through. Because we don't know what's over here. We don't know what enemies are here, so we're going to keep going. Let's go through, around. Here we go. Oh, so now we learn the magic of paralysis. Causes people to fall asleep and monsters to be paralyzed. That's actually going to be a useful spell. So we'll go down this slide here. And here we are. Here's the city of Patola. The capital of water. So what do we have? Medical herbs. Can't purchase any more medical herbs. They look like they got warp boots and other things. We'll take a rest here because we definitely need to. After all that battle. And let's see what they've got here. Draygonia wants to invade this town because they're afraid of the queen's power. That's right, there's a queen here. Girl from a southern lake. So let's see, bronze, platinum armor, and a platinum shield. So we'll definitely get the platinum armor and the platinum shield. Because, you know, those obviously are going to increase our, not health, but our ability to withstand damage. So we'll equip the platinum armor. I have to go get the platinum shield. So I'll probably, in the background, go and, oh, Akahana is here too. Yeah, I'll go in the background when, you know, I'm not filming here and do other things. This is interesting here. This is a pawn shop. So we can sell off old armors, any items that we don't need and stuff like that. And you'll find that useful. Especially since there are way more than 4 armors and 4 shields that you see there. This is where the fortune teller would be, and the fortune teller is obviously not there. So now we'll go up here. Don't be rude to the queen. What's over here? This is her, I guess, her quarters. Well, you're rude. Queen sometimes disappears from her room. Interesting. That's the other thing I didn't like about this game, is that, like, you get too close to people and, like, you continuously hit them up and see what's up. Evans is teaching etiquette. Queen is in the center chamber. We'll do anything for the queen. Alright, so now let's actually go visit the queen. There she is. Don't wander around the queen. That's the guard guarding her room. The legendary man who climbed Mount Saber. Yeah, that was me. Take pride in the town's beauty. You should. Done a good job here. Alright, so after you talk to her a bit, she's like, it's gotten late. She's still there. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy. Once you're done talking to the queen, the fortune teller is there. See the queen, your path will be open. Okay. And then we go back. And we talk to the queen. And she's asking questions. And then she says she's got to go. And then we go back. No, my father went out to look for his lamp. He won't be back for a while. And this is how we go forward. We actually have to get on that boat, but we're not able to right now. So what we've got to do is, what I'm going to do is level up a bit, get some armor and gear. And that's what I ended up doing. And then, gonna go and see if we could talk to the queen here. She's got some secrets. Oh, look at this. That guy won't let us through. So you know what we need to do? Hit the paralysis. Hit him with it. There you go. He's asleep. Pass through. Oh, the queen's not there. Or the guard. What is this? It's a whole ass cave back here. Interesting. And the queen's not here, but we can't go very far. He won't let us through. Let's see what's happening over here. We don't need paralysis anymore. Well, you tell us that it's open, but it's not open. Oh, and there she is. There's a cave behind the northern waterfall. And she gives us the fruit of lime. Well, what does the fruit of lime do? Maybe I'll spoil it, maybe I won't. Nope, we'll wait till the next episode. Because right now we have to go through the cave. See what happens. We got all these Sasquatch that are throwing axes. Alright, so here's the cave. It's another ice cave. Why does it have to be an ice cave? Alright, I just want to say these guys are susceptible to a different sword as well. Not the fire sword, though. Alright, so we're going to go through here. We're going to see what's what with these guys. I'm going to try to level up a little bit. We're level 10, or 9 actually. We want to get to level 10. Let's blast through this barrier. Let's keep going. Got to figure out what's in this cave. She clearly wanted us to come in here. Stone people. They're stone. So we'll use the fluid lime. Oh! People of stone return to normal! What's going on here? There's a fog lamp here. Okay, that's really not important. I don't know why that's the first thing you tell me about. Want to make sure you guys are okay. Let's keep going through here. Ooh. Okay, so these are Medusas. And those brown balls that they shoot at us will turn us to stone. And nothing we do will inflict any pain upon them. Not even going with the wind, I don't think. Nope. Yep. That didn't work. Nope. 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 Look at that. Yeah. Oh, we suck. Look at this. Nope. Alright. We gotta find something else. Come on. A little difficult when we're fighting Medusa and we do not have any sort of weapon against them. So we'll go down through here. What's going on? What's happening? Oh, come on, man. Don't kill me, please. Come on. Oh, it's me again. Jerk. Alright, we'll blast through here. We'll carry on. And we find the Sword of Water. And this is actually important because this is actually what is going to damage these Medusae. And a bunch of other creatures. And we're going to need this in order to actually cross a lot of different spots. So it's good that we got this. So let's continue. We're going to carry on. We're going to take these dudes out. They give us some hefty XP and hefty cash. Interesting, interesting story, the story of Medusa. I think I'll do it on the Dark Shadow channel, which is a channel dedicated to kind of like scary stuff. Urban legends, other stuff like that. Put a link in the description to that below. Obviously the main channel, Dark Strider, where I have more current video games going on. And of course Dark Mobile, where I play like a lot of mobile games, so I've got a lot of crazy things going on all at once. Anyway, we're gonna get through this cave, and once we get through this cave, we have a bunch of other stuff going on. We have a bunch of other stuff that we have to clear, that we have to get through. And I'm defeating all these guys because I really want that XP and I really want that money, because that's what we need. It's very, very useful that you're continuing through here. Always try to like level up. Always try to get as much of the money, whatever RPG you're playing. It's all extremely, extremely useful. Well, I'll end it here, guys. Join me in the next one and we'll complete it. And make sure that you check out Dark Retro, where we play these games and a bunch of others from your past constantly. Nintendo, Sega, all of them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Again, make sure to check out the Dark Retro channel, where we do this all the time.